Hello everyone, this video will cover modules 9 and 10. In these modules, we are starting the research paper. So in 7 and 8, you completed the annotated bibliography. You picked your topic, you submitted your topic proposal, and you started working on, and you completed an annotated bibliography, which has 12 sources about your topic. Now we're going to write the research paper about that same topic. Remember that you are not choosing a new topic, you are continuing with the same topic. You can expand on the topic that you chose for your annotated bibliography, or you can narrow down from your topic. However, you cannot change it entirely. So let's say you're interested in renewable energy. You could, if you chose renewable energy just in general for your annotated bibliography, you could narrow down and write your paper solely on solar energy. Or let's say you chose solar energy for your annotated bibliography and you decide that you just don't have as much as you thought, or you want to expand a little bit, you could move to renewable energy as a whole. So you can expand or narrow down as long as you are working with the same topic, and that's really important for this assignment. So in these modules here, we're going to be looking at just the start of the research paper. There will be 4 modules where you will actually be working on the paper itself, and so I'll be doing another video for the other half of the research paper module. So looking at module 9 is just your plan for your research essay. You do have some readings which are getting you, it's a lot of it's review actually, but it's grounding you, I guess, in the information that you need for writing a longer paper. It's about for writing paragraphs and things like that. And then of course we have the readings quiz. This is the research essay criteria. So this is the actual criteria sheet for the essay, which you have not seen before, but you will see in each module as we go through the 4 modules about this essay. So just kind of keep that in mind. The research essay is probably, for some of you, this will be the longest essay that you write in college, and for some of you, this will be one of the shorter ones. So it's 7 to 9 pages, which sounds like a lot when you first get started, but those of you who or you'll get feedback on your topic, of course, but most of the time students have chosen topics that are broad enough that allow them to do a good 7-page paper. So just kind of keep in mind that if you have 12 sources already, that is plenty for writing that long of a paper. This essay does not need to be an argument, although some students do choose an argument as their topic, and that's fine. If you choose an argument, you may decide that you want to address opposing viewpoints. It's always a good idea. However, if you have chosen a topic that's more informative in nature, then your thesis will end up being persuasive, and we call this an assertion. This is expository writing, where the primary goal is to provide information. However, the secondary goal is to make a point. That is, why are we reading this? What would be the point of reading this kind of essay? And so you'll see as we go through, there will be some supporting resources for you to decide on your thesis and things like that. So the overall goal, of course, is to produce a quality essay that demonstrates the best of your current writing ability. It's really important that you put a lot of effort into this. This is the major part of the class. So your research essay will have a thesis that either argues a position or makes an assertion. And so it doesn't matter what your topic is, you can still come up with a good thesis. Argument topics, of course, the thesis is a little bit easier to write, but it may not be the kind of topic that you've chosen. Make sure that you define your topic clearly. Make sure that you use at least 8 of your 12 sources. You can use all 12. You can use more than 12. You can use completely different sources from what you found on your bibliography. You are not limited to those sources. It kind of makes the bibliography pointless, but if you find like you're writing the paper and you need to know a certain statistic, you can absolutely go find a source that wasn't on your bibliography. That's fine. However, you do need at least 8 in the final draft of your research paper. You will be using quotes and paraphrases with those in-text citations, all of that throughout your essay. Remember that the title of this assignment is research, which means that the majority of your essay essay will be showing research. So if you feel like you haven't really put a lot of your own sentences into this essay because it's all stuff from your sources, then you're in a good place, because that is the point of the assignment, is to show your research. I cannot emphasize that enough. There should be citations all over your paper. Every paragraph will have them. Just keep in mind, this is your presentation of your information from sources. You'll be using lots of quotes and paraphrases, of course, just as we normally do when we write research papers, but you can only have one block quote. A block quote is a quote that's longer than 4 typed lines, and so you're only allowed one long quote, if you want to think of it that way, because I do not want a paper that's just solely long quotations divided by a few sentences the student wrote. So keep that in mind. You can acknowledge opposing viewpoints if it's appropriate for your topic. And then, of course, you can use first person in this essay. If you have personal experience with the topic, you're welcome to include it. However, again, it's a research paper, so make sure your research is the primary part of it. And obviously, you're not going to copy anything from your annotated bibliography. Really important is that you don't copy the introduction paragraph from your annotated bibliography. Some students do that. They are not the same. It is not the same kind of introduction that you'll use. So make sure that you are not copying over anything other than works cited entries. That's appropriate. You will have a works cited page for this essay. It's specifically, so make sure that you are not, don't attach your annotated bibliography. Again, I have students do that too. So this module, though, we're not drafting just yet. Instead, you're going to do an outline. So you're going to type a formal outline of your essay. A formal outline is the kind that uses complete sentences, Roman numerals, A's, B's, and C's, 1s, 2s, and 3s, and it's staggered down the page so we can see how things are organized. Now, when you're working with an outline, I'm having you do a formal outline, but since you haven't written the paper yet, this is just your plan. So keep in mind that you may change your mind at some point and how you want to put it together, and that's perfectly fine. These are just your ideas. So some students really don't like outlining just because they feel too restricted. Keep in mind, you're not limited to that. However, an outline is a really useful way of showing yourself that you've thought through your essay, but also showing me that, and it allows me to give you feedback. I do have a sample here. You're more than welcome to download the file and just write over it so that the formatting is the same. And I did mine on dinosaurs because and there's some PowerPoints in the module too that have dinosaurs as the example. And so you can see what it's going to end up looking like. You need at least 5 sections for your essay. You may not end up You'll have more than 5 paragraphs when you're done, of course, but because each section might have multiple paragraphs, but I want you to have at least 5 sections of an essay thought through, just in general, so that I know that you have really thought through how you're going to fill out that essay. So that is the assignment. And so there's only the 2 assignments in this module, which means it's not going to necessarily take you very long, but it's a crucial step in getting this ready so that you can move on to the rough draft. So in module 10, what you're submitting is the rough draft. I have some resources in here going over openers and middles. There's some stuff about thesis statements as well, and headers and block quotations, the use of those 2 things. I've got the lecture video in there for openers, middles, and closers, which is a concept by John Trimble in his book Writing with Style, and those examples in the videos are from that book. And then I also have some more information on eliminating second person from your writing, which is a common problem that I see. So what you're going to do for the rough draft is you have to have at least 5 pages of your essay written, and you're just going to submit them. You will get all 40 points for this assignment if you've written 5 pages and you've included at least working thesis, part of the introduction, and your body paragraphs. You do not have to have a conclusion at this point, but some students do try to write out their full essay and then expand in the middle as opposed to just finishing at the end. The more you write of your paper, the more feedback I can give you. So if you have all 7 pages written, that's a good idea, because then I'll give you feedback on your entire essay. But you have to have at least 5 pages submitted to this assignment to get your full 40 points. So that is what you'll be doing in this unit. So this week, you'll be finishing a rough draft of your essay. In the next unit then is when we will do the peer edit and self-review, self-edit of your essay, and writing center as well. So we'll be taking a look at your draft and then revising your draft for the next unit when you'll turn in the final draft. So we'll, like I said, it's going to take us 4 units, 4 modules to finish this essay. It'll take a little bit of time to write it out. If you're having difficulty with any of this, make sure that you send me an email.